Hey guys, welcome back to Tracie's Place and welcome to this tutorial on how to make the best no-bake cheesecake, and it's going to be very easy with great ingredients. We're going to make it in this 9-inch springform pan, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Here are the ingredients that you're going to need. I find that these two combinations work well for the crust, and I'll tell you what that is. And that's one package or one sleeve of graham crackers, and then one 8.8 ounce package of the Lotus Biscoff cookies, or use 2.5 packs of Biscoff by themselves. Combined together. If you do not have that, that is fine. Now, you can find this at Walmart and Kroger's, basically anywhere, but if you just have graham crackers, that's fine. Use 2.5 packages or sleeves of the graham crackers. But this is what I use together combined. And you will need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of packed light brown sugar plus 1 teaspoon, and you're going to need 1 stick of butter, and that's what you're going to use for the crust, and it's going to be so good. And then for the cheesecake, you're going to need 4 packages of the cream cheese. You're going to need 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 cup of sweetened condensed milk, 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice, or just a little less, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and then you're going to need 1 tub of this whipped topping, and you can use Cool Whip or a store brand, and this is 8 ounces. Also, you guys, if you want to top it with a strawberry sauce that is just everything, get a pint of strawberries, but I'll show you that at the end. Let's go ahead and get started with our crumb crust. So over here at my Ninja, we're going to go ahead and make the crust. If you have a regular food processor, that is fine, but my Ninja kind of does a multiple amount of things, so we're going to use that. And if you don't have either, you can put the cookies and the graham cracker. Ooh, Shuki. You didn't see that 2 fell out overboard. Anyway, you can use the cookies and also the graham crackers. You can crush them in a Ziploc bag. You can kind of put them on the counter in a Ziploc bag, use a rolling pin or whatever you have that's hard, and get that cookie crust crumbled. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put the graham crackers in, and my hands are clean. Always wash before you get started. Get those around in there. I'm going to put our Lotus cookies in. Lotus Biscoff cookies. These smell so good, you guys. So good. And if you cannot fit them all in at one time, it's okay. You can go ahead and start crumbling them up the first batch and then add them, because this is going to scoot down. As it crumbs up, it's going to scoot down. So we're going to start with that. Now we're going to put in the brown sugar, and that's 1/4 cup and 1 teaspoon of light brown sugar and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to put the lid on. And then go ahead and start pulsing. My pulse button is down here at the bottom. So now we're going to turn this on and we're going to pulse. Now I'm going to put in the rest of the Lotus biscuits. But they're basically cookies, as we call them here in America. Just go ahead and put the rest of them in. I so want to eat one of them, but I'm going to refrain. I am going to refrain. And since I need to add butter, I'm going to open this little door here, basically, and I'm going to add the butter right in as it crumbles up. So I'm going to hit pulse and add the butter. You know what? I got to scoot this out a little bit. Pulse and add butter. Add a little more. I'm going to close the spout because it jumps up. More. go ahead and add the rest. Now, this is what we are looking for. A crust. And basically you want it to be like wet sand. And if you can make indentions and it stands like that. If your crust does not form when pinched, add 1/4 more cup of butter. That's good. That means the butter has saturated it just enough so that it will form into the crust up around the sides and the bottom of the pan. So we're going to come around here to the back side of the table. We have our crumbed crust here. It's not formed yet, but it is a crust. And we're going to put it in the springform pan. You know what? I'm going to take this center out of here. Lay that to the side. Okay, we're going to start pressing it down and around. And make sure, like I said, those hands are super clean because we're going to start pressing this up around the sides because I don't know about you, but I want my crust up around the sides. I love this crust. All you do is press it down to however thick you want it around the bottom and then use the rest to come up around the sides. And I'll be back. And to make it even more compact, you can use a glass to press all the way around the bottom and the sides. That way you won't get that crumbly crust. You don't want your crust falling apart. Make sure it's good and taut and tight. And there we go, a perfect crust on the bottom and the sides. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the freezer so it can just wait and chill out and get even more formed while we do the filling. Now let's get started with this cheesecake filling. So we're going to add 1 pound or 4 packages of cream cheese in. So now that I have the cream cheese in, we're just going to go ahead and start it with the whisk attachment. We're going to lock it in place and go ahead and mix. And once you have it mixed, we're going to lift, scrape down the sides, and we're going to cream it for about another minute. The first time, cream it for about 2 minutes. Now we're going to cream it for about 1 minute. So now we're going to add 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. So now we're going to add in 1/4 cup of sweetened condensed milk, and it tastes so good in here. You might have wondered sometimes why cheesecakes don't set up, and that's because they don't have this. You want to put this in so that it will be able to set, and it makes it taste more creamier and just good all the way around. Don't add too much. If you add in like a whole can or whatever, it's going to be too loose, too jiggly. So just 1/4 cup is enough, and not any over 1/4 cup. Making a cheesecake is certainly a science. One that firms up and holds up well is certainly a science. I'm going to blend that up. Now we're adding 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. Why lemon juice, you might ask? Because sometimes to some people who don't bake, that might seem odd. It does not change the taste of the cheesecake. It also helps the cheesecake to firm up. And there are other substitutes you can use. You can Google them and use them, but lemon juice is the standard. I am now going to add in a tablespoon of vanilla. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. A tablespoon. Going to add that good, yummy flavor. And I don't know about you. Now, everybody's different, but I love, 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 love almond extract. And we use imitation. But I am just going to use, and it just gives this that y'all. It really does. I am going to use a half a teaspoon of our imitation almond extract. Let's go ahead and blend that in. Now we're going to lift that up, and we are going to scrape down the sides. Put that down in there and blend some more. Now, this is where the magic happens. This whipped topping. You can make your own, or you can just use the whipped topping from the store. That's what I'm going to use today. And every little bit, basically, of these ingredients helps to add the quality that it needs to stand up. So this whipping cream helps, and it has those peaks, like just like if you made it homemade. So it'll add that stiffer quality. You won't have that loose cheesecake. And we're going to add that tub in there, the whole tub. It's 8 ounces. And we're just going to fold this in. We're not going to blend this in. We're going to fold it in with our spatula. So now we're just going to fold it in, just like so. And basically, you're turning the spatula, folding it in towards the middle. Grab from the bottom, all the way at the bottom. Keep folding. Don't overdo it, but you do want it combined. And there we go. And I am also going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And that's in addition to the vanilla and the almond. A little bit of salt just helps everything. Just fold that in as well. You can add this in when you're putting in the actual cream cheese at the beginning, but at the end is fine also. And now we are ready to add the mixture, the cheesecake filling mixture, into the pie crust. Now let's get that in there. And this is going to taste so good. Pack that down. So now we are just going to press and turn. Try to get it around the bottom really good. Press it down so that it takes up every inch of the bottom. And just making sure it fills out the pan. And you don't want to bring up that pie crust from around the edge, so make sure you're not playing with that edge too much. But we're going to push and turn. And get it around that edge. And you can always fix it with a knife if you make a couple mistakes. And that's what I'm going to do here. Just going to take a knife. The spatula is a little too big for this, so I'm just going to push that around there. Now that we have the cheesecake filling perfectly into the crust, we're going to cover with plastic wrap, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for 12 hours or overnight. And then I'll be back to show you what it looks like. All right, guys, so I am going to test it out for you on camera. Of course, this is another day. Wow. And it smells so good. All right, guys, so I had to come on and do a taste test on camera. My family has had some. They said it was amazing. And it is. The crust is perfect. I'm not saying it just because I made it. But the crust is perfect. And this strawberry sauce, glaze, it is so good. The cheesecake is creamy. The flavor is amazing. I might not do a whole lot of talking now. Cheesecake is so good, but you have to get some of that crust in every bite. Oh my goodness. That is good. So y'all make it for your families. There's holidays coming up. Memorial Day, Easter just passed. Oh my goodness. Christmas. I mean, it's good for any holiday. Cheesecake is like universal for any holiday. It's a wonderful all-around dessert. It's not super sweet. It's just right. The crust has that buttery taste. The graham cracker mixed with those lotus. Oh my goodness, those cookies, y'all. And then it has a little salt in there to cut against the sweet of this. And this topping, Lord have mercy. Y'all, I'm describing too much. So good. Anyway, go ahead and make it for your family. Let me know if you make it. Let me know how you enjoyed it, how much you liked it, if your family liked it. Yeah, comment back, definitely. This is the best cheesecake I have made thus far. I always try different recipes and things like that, but my goodness. All right, y'all, before I eat this whole piece of cake on camera, y'all look around for some other desserts on my channel or other videos. I make all different types of videos. But if you're looking for desserts, I will put some at the end of this video. Just click on them. I'll also put some down in the drop-down description box below this video. Man. Remember, get the glaze recipe for this strawberry glaze. Get it right after this video. So good. All right, guys. Love you all. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys next time right back here on Tracie's Way.